Hello everyone, today I will teach you how to build a contact form using the plugin Contact Form 7. Contact Form 7 is one of the main plugins used in WordPress to create contact forms, and it's very simple to use. I will be teaching you how to create a form, how to style it without a plugin, and also how to style it using Elementor. I will also show you all the setup, how to set up an email, and basically all the settings you will need to create a complete contact form on your website. So let's get going. Okay, so this is a basic form that you have. This is how the form will look like. And as you can see, this is a basic messaging form where people can submit messages to your website. I will also go through a form that is more complete, and it's basically an image upload form, so people can upload images with their message as well. And I will also talk about this form as well. So first thing, in order to install Contact Form 7, you go to Plugins, you press Add New, and you type in Contact Form 7. Okay, so there it is. So first we install the plugin and press activate. So once we activate the plugin, we have a new section called contact, and this is the place where our contact forms are. So we click on contact forms, and this is basically the default contact form, and it's called contact form 1. And as you can see here, there's a shortcode. So this is the shortcode that you can use to place the contact form on your website. You can put this form on a page, you can put it on a sidebar, on a menu, and anywhere else. So this is the important shortcode. I will copy the shortcode first, and I will put it on our contact page. So I will go to the contact page. So there it is in our pages. And here you have to basically put a shortcode block. So there we will look for shortcode. We use the shortcode block. We will put the shortcode here and press update. Actually, you don't need the whole shortcode. You can remove the title. You just need the ID. So ID equals 500. This is enough. Okay, now we go back. So we place the shortcode on our contact page. We go and edit the contact form. So this is the basic contact form available. We can have a look how it looks like and preview in a new tab. Okay, there you go. So this is just a simple contact form. So I will teach you how to put the titles into the contact form itself. So how to make the titles a placeholder. This will make it look much more professional and much more nicer. So we go back, and I will remove the label. And I will type placeholder. And then we write the name. So we write name, for example. Once we save it, now look what happens. And when I go back here, I refresh the page. And as you can see, the title is inside the contact form, and this looks much nicer. So you can do this to all the fields. You can basically remove the label and put a placeholder. Okay, so now let's build a form from scratch, and let's learn how to build a contact form. Okay, so up here, all the shortcodes are available. You don't have to memorize anything. You just press text. So the first one is name, and the default value is name as well. So once you tick this part, you will see that it says placeholder. So this is the shortcode. You can see it here. So you tick this part and you press insert tag. As you can see, name, placeholder name. We go to the next one. We want to have an email field. We press email. Email. Inside the placeholder, we want email as well, and then press use this as a placeholder and insert tag. The next part, we want a description part. Okay. Description. Oops. Okay, and the default value can be about your image. Because this is basically a contact form that people are also submitting an image with, we will ask for the description of the image. So about your image that you're submitting, for example. And one thing, you can also make it a required field. So if you tick this, it will be required and they have to fill it in. So watch, when I tick this, there will be a star on this part. So if you put this star, basically you make it required. So press insert tag. I will put the star next to the other ones as well. Put a star here and put a star here. There you go. Okay, so now we want to ask people what their image is about. So we want to basically ask them the category of their image. Okay, for the category, we can basically, for example, choose a drop-down menu. Okay, so we go here, press category, and for the options of the category, you write one on each line. So for example, is the image about nature? Is the image about people? Is the image about science? Is the image about technology? These are just examples. Okay, and you make this required as well. And insert tag. The next field is that how did they find out about us? So how did they find out about our website? So for this, we can put, for example, a checkbox. We can name it find out. And the options can be, for example, did you find us from YouTube? Did you search for us? Did you find out from advertisement or from, for example, friends? And make this a required field as well. And insert tag. Okay, now we have a pretty good form. The main thing we want to put here is the image upload, or basically the file upload. So when the person submits the message, they want to upload a file with it as well. So I will press file. So we can name this image. This is the size of the file. So and the file types, we can put anything, JPEG, GIF, BMP. I will just put these three, for example, and press insert tag. Okay, great. So now we have everything in place. Now, okay, let's make the file part required as well. And last thing, we want to put an agreement part as well. So we can put a checkbox that they have to basically agree to terms and condition, agree to terms. All right, and this is a required field as well. Now our form is complete. We have a beautiful form, and let's see how it looks like. Okay, we go here, we refresh our page, and there you go. So you have your name, your email. Okay, we made a mistake here. Okay, we forgot to put the placeholder here. So just remember, placeholder. Let me save it again and go back. Okay, now it's better. So we have name, image, about your image, the category of the image, how did they find out about us, the file, and agree to terms. So as you can see here, we are missing the submit button, and the form is very simple. We have to add some descriptions to make it complete. So we go back, we add a submit button. There you go, submit and submit. And we will make our form a bit more complete. So we come here. What is your image about? And how did you find out about us? Okay, this looks much better, I think now. Let's have a look. All right, now we have a complete form and it's ready. Okay, so I will teach you in the next step how to build the email. So when somebody submits the form, you will get an email. So you will know that a form is submitted. So in order to do this, we go back here. Now our form is complete. We go to the mail section. Okay, in the mail section, we have all the shortcodes that we need up here. So these are the shortcodes that we will use. Okay, so this is the email that you will receive when someone submits a contact form. So for the email, you have to put your own email, which is the site admin. This is correct. You just leave it as it is. This one is as well. You just leave it as it is. You can change this part. Instead of WordPress, you can put something else like contact form, but you cannot change the domain. You have to leave it as it is. So you can only change the first part to anything you like. The next part, you put the site title, the subject we don't have. So we just remove this one. So these are basically the shortcodes that we have to use. And the email that you receive, you want to reply to not your own email, you want to reply to the person's email. So you will write email, reply to email. Okay, we've made a mistake here. Let's just go back for 1 second and okay, email. Let's fix this and go back. Okay, reply to email. Okay, and the next part is basically the message that you want to receive. So for the message, I will just remove all this part. I will copy all these. Okay, let me copy all these and remove this part. And that's all I need. Okay, so let's just make it a bit more organized. All right, description, category, find out, image, and agree. Okay, so this is the name of the person sending us the contact form. This is their email. This is about the image. What type of image? How they found us. Okay, so this part, this is basically the image upload. We don't need it here. We will put this here in the file attachment. So we will get the image as an attachment in our email. And the agreement part we don't need as well. Okay, so this is all we need. And this is the site title and site URL. Everything's good. Now we can press save. All right, so our email is also set up. Now we want to set up another email for the user. So for the person who submits the form, we want to set up an email for them as well. So they receive an email. So we tick this part, use mail to. So this part, it has to be their email. You can see up here, it was the site admin. Now it has to be their email. So their email is email. This is the same. We can put this contact form. The site title, the subject we can remove. And we can basically put like image upload here. Reply to site admin email. Okay, so this is correct. They will reply to us when they want to send a message. And for the message, we can use the same thing for them as well. Okay, and paste it here. And everything is ready. You don't need to put the attachment for them, and we will put save. Okay, there you go. Now you have an email for yourself and you have an email for the other user. You can basically style this whatever you like, and you can put anything in there, any additional information or anything that you like, but I just showed you as an example how to build an email. Okay, now the next part is to basically style your form. So this is the contact form, you put it here. And once we go here on WordPress, you can press customize. You go to the custom CSS section. And from this section, you can basically style your form. Okay, so the styling is pretty simple. The main thing we need for the styling is this class of styling called WPCF7. So this is the main styling we need. So I will just copy this. Okay, so WPCF7 is basically the outside of the form and it's the background of the form. Then we have WPCF7 form, which is the form, the whole form itself. Then we have WPCF7 input, which is in the input parts. Then we have the text area, which is basically the description part. We have the select, which is basically styling the drop down. And we have the submit button. So it's very simple. These are the basic commands you need, and with this basically you can style the form very easily. So for example, I will put background color, and we can put, for example, okay, so we can put this as the background color. Next part, we can put a space around the form like a padding. So padding 40 pixels. And we want to make our inputs white. So we will put, again, background color. And the white color. So remember, you can use the important. So this important will override any other styles that they have. So anytime that your CSS is not working, you can use the important command. You can actually use it for top here as well. Okay, and the text area, we want to make this white as well. So we just copy, paste. The submit button, so we want to make it bigger. Width 100%, and the background color as well. Background color. Let's make it alright, so now our form looks really nice. We can also style it further on, but these are the main things that you need. So by using these classes, you can basically style the whole form. I will show you another class, but you may not need it. There's also WPCF7 label. So this is if you're using a label on the top. But here we are just using placeholders. And there's also one more command, which is a bit more tricky. This is basically if you want to style your placeholder, but you may not need this. So WebKit input placeholder, this will style the color of your placeholder. Okay, so this looks a bit better. Okay, so this is the basic styling. You can make the form a bit smaller as well. You can go, for example, width 50% and it will become smaller. If you want to make it centered, you can just write margin 0 auto, and this will place it in the center of the page. And this will always stay in the center. So it will automatically stay in the center of the page. But I will remove these for now, and I will just press publish. Okay, so now let's go back and, okay, so now we want to style this with the Elementor. So let's first remove the shortcode. Press update. And then style with Elementor. So edit with Elementor. Okay, so I have like a pre-made form here already. I will remove it and make it from scratch so you can see it. Okay, so the first thing to do is you press this. Elementor has some pre-made blocks, which you can find out from here. Some of them are on the Pro and some of them are free. So I will use the free ones. Okay, I will use, for example, this one and press insert. Okay, and then the next thing we need is basically we press this, we make two columns. One is for our contact form and one is for our writing basically. So here we will add a contact form. We can just press HTML, put it here, and we can move this by dragging this into this part. Okay, so let me delete this one. Okay, so now we have both of them on both sides. So our contact form and our shortcode. Let me put in the shortcode first. So we have the shortcode up here, we copy it. We put the shortcode here and press update. So we have the shortcode for our contact form and the writing here. And let's remove this as well and press update. And let's have a look how it looks like. Okay, let's remove this. Alright, so now this is how it looks like. We have this part on the left and we have our contact form. So we can change the writing, for example. Please upload your image here. We will review it and contact you. Alright, so we have a really nice form now. As you can see, it has all the fields. It has a nice looking title. And let's fill in the form. So we'll put user at user.com. Hello, I took this image last time I went climbing. Alright, the image is about nature. Found out YouTube and friends, choose the file. Alright, now it's working. So, and agree to terms and submit. Okay, so you get this message. Thank you for your message. It has been sent. So you get a confirmation as well. Now let's have a look at the email and see what we will receive. Okay, so as you can see, this is the email that I have received. As you can see, the name user@user.com. And the message is here. Hello, I took this image. And you have also the attachment of the image. So our email was also successful and this is how it would look like. So you can put your own writings as well and basically style it the way you want. Okay, one last thing I wanted to show you as well. If you don't want to style your form using CSS, you can also do it with Elementor. So I will just go back to Elementor. So let me remove all the styling first. Let me just delete everything. Okay, so now there's no styling. So what you have to do first, in order to style with Elementor, you have to go to plugins, add new, and there's a plugin called Essential Add-ons Elementor. And there you go. So if you add this to your Elementor, you will get a lot of extra features. You press install now. Press activate. And once you activate this plugin and go back to Elementor, let me refresh. You will see that you have a lot of new blocks that are added to Elementor. And for the contact form, basically, I will just remove the shortcode. And you search for contact form. Now you see that there's a contact form 7 block added. You can use this. So you put the contact form 7 block here. You choose your form from here. Basically, you can do different styling from the options available here. You can also style the error message as well. You can also go to style. And you see there's the possibility to style everything. So for example, I can style the input area. I can make it bigger, smaller. So this is another way to style your form. You can change the background color and so on. Okay, so this is how to build a contact form using contact form 7. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Have a great time and go out there and build a great form for your website. Please subscribe and don't forget the bell button. See you next time.